Hello ladies and gentlemen, we're back for another quick update. As for now, we got the radio kind of sort of set up. I'll show you what we're working with now. We have a few amplifiers there we still haven't set up yet. That's a 48 volt power supply. I got a 101 set down there. 101 phone patch there, a couple of radios set up there. I use Kenwood external speakers because I had them, because I had TS2000 also, and my ICOM twins for all the bands, and of course the high-end microphone headphones. So we have a station set up. We've been testing with it for the last week or so on the off-center fed dipole. Oh, it's a dreary day today. Coming out mutt. Went through and sorted some stuff. We got the antenna a little higher, got the gen pole up ready to go one more section, which will be that one, and then we'll put this section on with the pulley for the hazer. We had to put a dog fence up. Dogs kept getting out. Speaking of, where it is. So we're making progress. I had to call Cushcraft and order a new piece right there that broke when we were taking the towers down, and I think I burned out that gamma match last contest. These things are rated at 500 watts. Don't run 1,000 through them. Don't work. But so there is some progress out here. I really need to take that down. If you notice the 6-meter loop at the top of this temporary tower, and there is I lost my 2-meter loop. Where'd it go? I don't even think I have it up anymore. No. There is a 2-meter loop laying over a bunch of LMR 600 I was running. There's the phasing harness for the 2 loops for 2 meters. It's the 220 loop right there. There's a base I will never use. Anybody around Northeast Texas need a base? Where's my 2-meter loop? You have to pardon me, I had a 2-meter loop up and I don't know what I did with it. I think I put it back in the house. I have to look. But I took it down because I was testing coaxial cables. But the reason I run this video through today, geez, I got a lot of cable. The reason for this short, quick video was I came from two towers out in the country. As you can see, that's why there's all this tower here. This used to be 2 towers, about 70 feet each on each side of the property, and I'm having to shrink down to 140 foot. So I have to rehang a bunch of stuff. One tower used to be nothing but loops. I had the 6-meter loop and a 2-meter loop hanging off of it, and I've been trying to figure out how to do that on this tower and get as much height as possible. So I went to eBay looking for standoffs, and I found a standoff that would have worked, but I would have had to done some modifications to it myself. And I wanted it strong and sturdy and safe as possible. So I found this gentleman on eBay that made standoffs. 3-foot, 36-inch standoffs. Return. Bolts to the side of the tower. As you can see, it will bolt right there like that. So I can put this at the very top of the tower. But his standoff on the other side did not include those brackets for another pole. So the plan is to run this to the top of the tower right here, that, or like that. And that way I can bring the hazer up to this section, and with a 20-foot mast coming to that thing, I still have plenty of room. And my standoff will be at the 40-foot level. And then I will take, oh, there's my 2 meter. See up on the roof, that pole up there? Yeah, it's here. There's the 2 meter loop sticking out. Anyway, that's just a normal, is it 6-foot television pole or little 1.5 inch pipe. It will fit in those brackets, and that will put it up 40 something feet. And if for any reason I need to pull it down, I just have to undo 2 brackets instead of every antenna coming off the mast. That's the off-center fed dipole hanging up there with the RF choke. One side goes right over to there. One guy's side goes way on the other side of them trees. It's 90 foot on that side. Surprisingly, it tunes on all the bands. It's wonderful. So I just want to put a shout out to this guy. Charged me no extra. The way his standoff comes is the way it is without these. And you're just supposed to, so you can hook an antenna on the end of it and stand it off the tower. I told him what I was trying to do. I'm trying to mount a 1.5 inch pipe on it so I can actually stack my 2 meter loops side to side, and now I can put the 6 meter right in the middle of them. And he said no problem, I'll weld you some brackets on the end, no charge. He sent me a picture of it that afternoon. I said, that'll work like a champ. Shipped it in the mail. That was on Sunday. Today is Wednesday. So I will put his link, his eBay link, in the description of this video. And if you ever need standoffs or trying to figure out how to get something stood off the tower, go see him. Excellent customer service. I will probably get another one to hang the 6 meter on by itself and that 220 loop. I don't do 220 much, but I will. My transverter's acting up, and I've got a transmitter for 220. I run specifically on contests, so that needs to be fixed. So I'll have one standoff with the 220 and the 6 meter, and I'll have another standoff on the other side with the stacked 2 meter loops. So that's all we had today. So it's starting to get warm here in Texas. Nice day today, high 70s. Lexi, get over here, come on. So we're slowly putting this up. I'm gonna try to mount that top section today. And then when my son comes over, he can help me run that section up, and we'll have the tower up. And then I've got to get another crank, because this is the old one, and this is the cheap cranks you get when you buy them through Hazer. The bearings literally disintegrated. I'm gonna run down to Harbor Freight. They've got the same thing with a lot heavier duty for half the price from what Hazer wanted. So not a problem. But that's where we're at, and we will keep you updated. Thanks for all the comments, everybody, the likes and subscribes, and all the views. A few commented that some of this stuff was helpful to them. I hope it continues to be helpful. What little problems I run into along the way. And someone commented once about base set. It's buried in dirt. Actually, it's not. It's piled on top. My daughter came out and thought she was doing good by covering up the concrete. That is a 2.5 by 2.5, 4 foot deep slab, and it not going to have no problem holding it. Anyway, that's where we're at with the ham radio as of right now. Oh, and another learning lesson. I was hooking up some LMR 600 and I was testing the 6-meter loops, and I pulled this roll out. It's 150 foot from the old location. I run everything with N connectors, as you can see, and then I run LMR 400 Superflex around the rotor, but I wasn't paying attention and I wasn't thinking. And that's why the other sides have female ends, so I can just screw the LMR 400 on it without an adapter. I had these custom made a couple years ago. I wasn't thinking. Look down in there, you see a problem? That center conductor is crushed. And that was a day's worth of why isn't this thing tuning? And why is my SWR so bad? That's what happens when you force a PL259 male down to an N connector female. It don't fit. So I'm gonna have to cut that connector off and order me a new connector for that. But luckily I have several more rolls of cable. There's 4 more rolls of 150 foot line with a guy wire from the old 80 foot towers that I can't use here. So it's not like I'm short on cable. And there's plenty of cable here. There's some another roll of LMR 600, a whole bunch of RG8. That's what we'll run on the HF bands. 6 meters. I usually run RG8 also. 2 meters and up, LMR 600. And I actually have one run of LDF 450A half-inch hardline. I use that for 1296. So the mess. If you are in Northeast Texas, and you think you may need a section of tower or two, or you may need some cable, and you are getting started in amateur radio, I will be more than happy to help you out. Give me a comment. Catch me on the air. I'm on 144-200 almost all day and night. The radio stays there majority of the time while I cruise around, and I'll see what I can do for you. Be glad to help you out, as I was helped when I was younger. And I just realized today, or actually last night, I was checking into a net, and I was looking through the wards, and they had a ward. It said the Old Timers Award. Lexi, Old Timers Award for those members that have checked in with a number over 30 years old. Lexi. So I looked up my number and seen when it was issued. It was issued in 1985. And I said, God, I feel old now. I graduated high school in 82. I got my ham license in 79, my first license, novice in 79. And I had lots of people help me out. If you're on the ham bands a lot, or you on the internet a lot, you probably heard of or been to KA9 Fox. Scott Nieder, his website, which is qth.com. Lexi, come on. qth.com. He has a swap shop on there, sell stuff on there. He provides website hosting. Scott was 14 or 15, and he is the actually one that gave me my license, my novice test. So big shout out to Scott. I catch him on the bands once in a while. I heard him last night on FT8 on 20 meters. We exchanged the calls. So we still keep in touch. Nice guy, great guy, always helpful to the ham community. Again, thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking, especially thanks for comments and all your encouragements. I'll try to reply to as many as I can. And if you're in Northeast Texas, you need some help getting started and need some little pieces you don't have, I'll be more than willing to help out. I've got lots of extra now. 73 N5ITO, Winsboro, Texas.